Hello and welcome to the Game Collection Podcast. I'm Matt, your marketing guy here at TGC, and I'm joined by our social media guru, Jack. Jack, how we doing?
I'm well, Matt. I'm well. Just had another coffee. Things are spinning. As always, if people are listening to these episodes weekly, they know how this goes. But no, I'm good. How are you?
I've had my fourth tea of the day, so
Nice,
the caffeine levels are high, and we're going to have to go through this fast because I may need a toilet imminently.
This Black Friday year is long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are fully into peak season. I haven't really, as such, I haven't really prepared a disclaimer for today, but what I do have is a preview of what might become the Game Collection's Christmas EP, if you'll indulge.
Okay. I will certainly indulge. Nobody else might, but I certainly will.
There are 5 listeners out there who will indulge me.
And we love all of you.
Dear God, we love all 5 of you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a time of year when, you know, retail therapy is a thing, and we're sliding into winter, and what better way to warm the cockles of our collective hearts than by splashing loads of money that we don't have on physical forms of interactive entertainment. Yeah!
You really, yeah. That was wonderfully put.
Thank you. Let's hope this is also wonderfully put.
I'm so ready.
In the lane, snow is falling, but my game collection's calling. It's Christmas again, and I can't refrain from spending all the cash I have on games. Folks will say it's addiction, but my game shelves are bitchin'. It's Christmas again, and I can't refrain from spending all the cash I have on games. In the meadow, folks will build a snowman, and they'll probably get the cold or flu, but thanks to shopping at the Game Collection, I've got enough games for a week or two. Later on, I'll just check what rewards I have left. Delivery is free, it's discounts for me, spending all my cash at TGC. Please spend all your money at TGC.
For all of your physical gaming needs.
Yeah,
that went on like way longer than I expected it to. You think, oh, that's the end, and then another verse drops.
I had to do like a full. Had to give people their money's worth.
I love how you said like this just might be the part of a small. I've prepared nothing's maybe a small part of the Christmas EP, and then delivered a generational carol of gaming variety.
That's the goal, man. If we can deliver 6 incredibly capitalist generational carols. Marketing.
No notes.
But yes, speaking of generational capitalism, it's Black Friday. This will literally be airing. We're not recording this on Black Friday, but it will be airing on Black Friday. And Black Friday is always a bit of a nuts time of year for us, really, isn't it? Like,
absolutely.
I think it's really interesting to see. So, you know, a lot of our content will shift across from being, well, not across, because we always try and be conversational, but I think, you know, at this time of year, it's all about deals. People are looking for the best gaming deals, the best gaming prices. They're looking to catch up and stuff their backlog full of awesomeness. And we like to oblige. But like, I think there are a couple of comments that we've definitely had over the last week since the sale went live. It went live last Friday. That kind of made me think it could be worth spending a couple of minutes just lifting the lid on or peeling back the curtain on a couple of Black Friday realities for us in 2025. And I think, you know, the biggest question we get asked across social, and I know you fielded a bunch of these this week, Jack, has been kind of, oh, why aren't you as cheap as retailer X?
Yep.
And I think you had quite a good response to this over on Twitter to one guy in particular.
Yeah, actually, it was from today. Somebody raised that Argos were cheaper than us on Death Stranding 2. I think the full RRP, or the full price for the game pre-Black Friday with us, was $57.95. It's now down to $44.95, so a £13 saving. And then somebody chipped in and just mentioned, oh, you could have at least price matched Argos at $41.99. Now, we'd love to. We'd love to be able to do that. We would love to be able to give you all the cheapest price on absolutely everything. It would be immense. Sadly, some of these retailers, which I will say, when you compare us to the likes of our competition now, if people are comparing us to the likes of Argos, Amazon, Game, etc., little old indie retailer,
little plucky the Game Collection.
Yeah, mixing it with the big boys, which I don't think can be understated. The reality is, bigger companies like that have bricks and mortar, like retail stores. They have the ability to be loss-making in numerous areas of their business because margins are much higher in other areas, electrical appliances and so on. There's a whole range of reasons as to why, unfortunately, we can't make Death Stranding $41.95 to be even cheap. Obviously, everything is 0.95 on our website rather than 0.99. So yeah, unfortunately, it's painful because we would love to be able to do it. But when all things are said and done, we do tend to offer the best price we possibly can with free delivery, with reward points on every order. The community side of things that we focus on so much throughout the year, you and I have both discussed this outside of the pod and kind of come to the agreement. Unfortunately, at this time of year, it really is a case of most people shopping for the best price they can possibly get, and that's completely understandable. It is a very expensive time of year. And in truth, I'd be lying if I said I'm not guilty of using Amazon on occasion. It's what we do, right? Like it's a fact. Like, and there you have it. Unfortunately, it's not always possible to shop with your preferred retailer. I think it's really important that we do air that because it doesn't go unnoticed. We try our level-headed best to be the best price we can possibly be, and in these discount periods, we are competitive, but there will always be bigger companies that are able to just go, oh, we'll just beat that, and we can't compete with that, unfortunately. But what we can compete with, is loyalty schemes, free delivery, and the personal connection we've built with our customer base through our social channels, through our email channels. Our customers here do know they are speaking to real people, real gamers that do give a toss. I don't rarely swear on this channel. That's normally down to you. But that felt good. That felt good to drop that.
Was it freeing? Was it freeing?
Oh,
was it quite nice?
Oh my god!
Because it is galling. It is galling as well, right? Like at this time of year, and I've been a little cheeky, I suppose, in a couple of the videos in the last couple of weeks in terms of referring to a corporate Leviathan price matching us every step of the way. And look, it's no secret, right? Like Amazon have legions of bots and servers running endless algorithms. Like their price checking is on an industrial scale. It's absolutely ruthless. So of course it's galling for little plucky Welsh-based retailer to see our best deals and our best offers just matched automatically, right? Like, and it can be that can be really, really, really disheartening. But I think we've said it before in this podcast, like one of the best things about working for TGC is honestly the community, and that's a massive, massive credit to Jack for the work he's done over the last 10 years in terms of building up that community, because that loyalty at this time of year, it does not go missed at all. Like that is and it doesn't get taken for granted at all. Like that's everyone, we said it before, everyone who shops with us, we value every single sale we make, and nowhere is that more true during the most competitive time of year. So yeah, we can't always match the ticket price of our competitors. I will say though that I think technically if you add in the £3.95 delivery from Argos, if you don't have one near you, we are still cheaper to get it delivered, especially if you then factor in the reward points. So Death Stranding 2, for all of your physical gaming needs, check out the game collection. But yeah, like we don't have the diverse portfolio that others do. And I think it's, you look around and there aren't many what I would call mid-range specialist gaming retailers, right? they all died.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
plenty bigger and more established than us. Plenty smaller that just got swallowed up by the big boys. And we're going to try and continue to fight the good fight for as long as we possibly can. But we are swimming in waters with some pretty big fish these days. And yeah, we'll always try to do the best we can. But yeah, sometimes to protect the margin, we might be £2 or £3 cheaper on the game that you're searching for in particular. And we apologize for that, but it kind of is what it is. But yeah,
we do what we can do, right? Yeah, absolutely.
It's just massive thanks to everyone that does shop with us and has shopped with us and is shopping with us through this period. Yeah, it's great to see. Plus, it is a bit of an exciting time of year as well. Like as much as it can be galling to see the price matching and the competition, when something does work and when stuff is flying, it's also really nice to see, when folks message us, and every single comment we see, every single one saying, I've just picked up this, I've been waiting for this, I've been waiting for this sale, I was straight on it, bought 3 things. It literally,
it's fire.
It's so far. It warms our hearts, genuinely. I don't know if that's sad, but it does.
Maybe
it does.
But Matt, you and I work in the dopamine hitting world of social media.
We do.
Where engagement,
every like, every like alleviates the mental load.
Absolutely. I go from you are utterly awful at this job to, hey, that was fire, to, no, you're still awful at this job. Maybe 3 times a day.
I think though that's the mindset of any creative person, right? Like,
yeah,
I think it doesn't matter whether you're doing sort of a creative, because we work basically in creative marketing, but the same is true for for content creation. Same is true for art. Like, I think I've dabbled in writing fiction. I've dabbled in audiobooks, and 9 times out of 10, I'm just like, man, this is like, the day will be like, man, this is rubbish. And then you'll get that 1 out of 10 day where it's just like, I'm a genius. Am I a genius? I might be a genius. Is this fire? I think I'm on fire. Like, and it's like NBA Jam, and it's like, he's on fire, boom shakalaka, and you're just like, yeah, I don't know, you're just riffing, and everything that you touch, it's like King Midas. And then pretty swiftly after that, something brings you crashing back to reality again, and it's like, oh no, this is boo.
Life comes at you fast, but I will say,
but I think that's the struggle of the creative.
You have the ultimate audiobook voice, and I give that to you oh yeah, I mean, listen, it's
the mic does a lot of the heavy lifting, to be fair. The mic does the heavy lifting.
I mean, credit where it's due. You have the voice for audiobooks.
And for the record, Jack, you do a wonderful job. I appreciate
it. This is nice. Look at us glazing each other.
All we need is some hot wings. All we need is some chicken wings. And this would be perfect. Yeah, it's Black Friday week. Tell us what you're picking up, by the way, collectors. Tell us what's on your shopping list, what's on your Christmas list this year. What are you asking for from Santa? Or your spouse, or your better half, or whoever. What's on your Christmas list, Jack? What's a game that's passed you by, or a little thing that's been on the radar for a little while that you might treat yourself to this holiday season?
And that is where I'm going to answer that question. I have been meaning to play Chronos the New Dawn since it came out, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So I will be playing that this Christmas. I will. It's going to be a very quiet Christmas. I'm really looking forward to it, because normally, obviously living out here in France, I normally travel back to do Christmas in the UK with family, and it's all very hectic, late Christmas travel, and you're always here, there, and everywhere, blah, blah, blah. This year, I'm staying here, and it's going to be just me, my girlfriend, and the cat, and I'm going to play Chronos the New Dawn. Maybe not on Christmas Day. I mean, that might ruin Christmas lunch a little bit, but around that Christmas period.
Terrifying cosmic horror.
yeah, with eggnog. But yeah, so that, for me, it's Chronos, because I love me some survival horror, as people will know by now. And that is top of the list. How about you?
I love that. I think, what might it be for me? I think so. I think it might have to be a bunch of GameCube games, because I'm rebuilding my GameCube collection. And Fire Emblem is quite rare and quite expensive, but it is high on the list. I don't own it, and I must make it mine. So that might be up there. I'll tell you what I do want, actually. I don't know if you've seen, because we talked about handhelds on a previous podcast, and how handhelds are getting too big. And I missed the days of, like, the DS was perfection and the 3DS was phenomenal, and I miss those days. And I don't know if you've seen in, like, recent years the release of those kind of they're quite compact. They're almost like, little compact digital handheld consoles that you can basically put, feed in versions of the games that you already own, and they unlock a massive game library. And I sort of want one of them. Not gonna lie. I don't know why, because I already have a Steam Deck, and I already have a Switch 2, and I already have a PlayStation Portal, and the last one keeps getting better and better because they keep adding functionality to it. But and I don't have time to play one, let alone all three of those. But for some reason, just give me more ways to play games. The backlog never ends, Jack. The backlog never ends.
I feel like that Noel Gallagher quote applies here. And he's like, and people ask me, am I happy? No, I'm not. I want more.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Yeah. We'll never be satisfied. But yeah, I think a bunch of GameCube games, to be honest. I need to get I'll tell you what's genuinely on my Christmas list. Because my family, like, will just there's no pretense. It's just like, is there anything in particular you guys want for Christmas? Yeah. This please. I have said a Wavebird, because I don't own one anymore. And
the creme de la creme.
It's annoying me having to unwind the cables if I want to plug in and play my GameCube. So I'm like, someone source me a functioning Wavebird. That's my family. Christmas sorted.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the wife has been notified.
It's peak. God, what a glorious controller the Wavebird was.
It's perfection. It's the best controller of all time.
Alive. Yes,
it's the best controller of all time.
I would agree. Yeah,
I love it. Even and especially the little Z bumper.
Bosh.
Just
take me back to those days. Like, beautiful. Put in Wind Waker in, and just like kicking back on the sofa with my Wavebird, and just living my life. Like, I feel like I just don't get to, like, live my life anymore.
We grew up, man. we left Neverland.
Down with this sort of thing.
Down with this, like, we engaged in premium adulting. Which was expensive.
Get it away from me now. Yeah, absolutely.
Expensive and depressing.
Yeah.
Speaking of depressing things, we're going to launch, because normally I've realized this. I sometimes front load the podcast with all of the, like, quite positive questions. I think last week we ended on, like, a bit of a downer. So this week I've tried to sort of swap them round. Unfortunately, that does mean we're starting with quite a biting question from Agent Smith 007. Thank you to everyone who sent in questions, by the way. I literally said to Jack on Monday, I was just like, I've got nothing for this week. So please let the community decide. But yeah, Agent Smith 007. So yeah, thank you to everyone that sent them in. Has said, has the PS5 generation been a complete waste of time? He goes on to qualify this quite controversial question/statement. Among a handful of half-decent AAA and a few indie titles, in Agent Smith 007's opinion, it's been remakes, remasters, remakes of remasters, remasters of remakes. And will Naughty Dog ever release a game this side of a nuclear holocaust? So, yeah.
I mean, I mean, just in case you didn't get that he was taking shots at The Last of Us, with
just a bit.
just in case. Then he did hammer it home there with just that like on the nose attack at Naughty Dog. Which, I mean, look, we love questions like we love questions like this. I mean, because it allows us to voice an opinion. I've loved my PS5. I'm not going to lie to you.
So have I.
like it's not been perhaps as boundary pushing as we'd have hoped. But I can't sit here and say I haven't loved it, because I have. And I'll tell you what else I'll say, even as somebody that always grew up Nintendo first and has always got like the biggest soft spot for Nintendo, I have played my PS5 way more than my Switch or Switch 2. I just have. I have spent so much time on my PS5 in comparison. And I know the Switch obviously comes to the end of its life cycle in that time. And obviously Switch 2 has only just recently launched. So I understand that question that answer may feel like a little bit unfair to some people. But I've had, and look, he's not wrong in I tend to agree. It has been a lot of remakes, remasters of remakes, etc. Although that is only one game in particular. Well, two technically. I've loved it, man, and I can't say that I haven't. I've had a great time.
Yeah, I think in some ways this generation jump has felt. I mean, it's not really felt like a jump. It's literally been the most iterative generation, I think, in living memory, which is going to make what the hell does the next gen look like?
Well, it's peaked, right?
Are we reaching a point where that plateau is just we're just kind of there? But what I will say is that, like, so I'm going to use Cyberpunk as the example. Cyberpunk was too ambitious for the previous generation, and I've talked about this on this podcast before. I enjoyed it on PS4. Genuinely, even with all the jank, all the bugs, all of the borderline unplayable elements. But I adored it on PS5. And that's the difference to me. Like, there's stuff that we got, we've had games straddle these two generations more than any other generation, I think. But like, the quality difference is really, really, really visible. It's really palpable. And I think, like, yeah, it's just been the best way to play games for the last 5 years, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I kind of want, really.
Yeah, I would concur with that. Absolutely. Like, it's, yeah. I mean, I understand, though. I also understand, I think, on the flip side, that some people are unhappy with the way this generation has panned out. Yeah. I get it, and I think all opinions are valid. And I always try, and it does sometimes, I think, maybe feel like a cop-out to some people on social when I try to be kind of middle of the road a little bit. But that's because all opinions are valid. You're well within your rights to hate a game, to dislike a game, to dislike a console, to love a console. Like, that's up to you. Where the struggle is when you sometimes find it's like, well, I don't agree with that, so you're wrong, and that can be tough to navigate. But yeah, no, look, I've loved it. I have.
I think as well,
So,
like, obviously for the most part, we sell console games. I think you and I are both predominantly console gamers.
Absolutely.
It wasn't always the case for me. So, I've been more PC focused in sort of past years. I'm definitely more console now. Largely because my tower is coming to the end of its life. so yeah, really, if you got any hot tips for good PC deals this Black Friday, let me know. But I think if you are a PC gamer, you don't necessarily see generations, because obviously it just carries on and you upgrade over time whenever you're ready. And Steam is such a rich and diverse marketplace of games. Of course you get the big AAA stuff, and of course, like, you want to see that as a PC gamer as well. But I think there's also, and this is true on consoles too, but there's so much in between as well. I think what I will say is that, yeah, I think it's completely understandable if you've been disappointed by this generation.
Yeah.
And I think it's a privilege. We have to talk about privilege as well, because it's a privilege to game on PC and be able to afford a big tower, right? It's a privilege to be able to afford multiple consoles, right? So, I think you're absolutely right. I've not played my Switch as much in the last couple of years, but it's been there for whenever a first
Hmm.
party title has dropped and I've wanted to go, oh yes. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
I think I will. Tears of the Kingdom. Um, so like that's a privilege as well. I think if you came in and you bought or you upgraded, um, and that was these things are significant investments, more so than they've ever been, perhaps. The PlayStation 5 is not cheap, and I mean the Xbox Series X, Microsoft keep pushing the price up, so go figure. Like these are significant investments, and I can understand being disappointed maybe if you felt this generation has been, and I believe it has been that little bit more iterative than it
Hmm.
has been. It hasn't been groundbreaking particularly. We haven't seen games that have really broken the mold. But that's also because games are really expensive or can be really expensive to make these days. Um, and and yeah, not everyone has the it's funny. You see a lot of nonsense thought leadership that floats around LinkedIn every time there's like a successful game. And 9 times out of 10, like these absolute chances are just spouting the same thing, which is, oh yeah, all you need to do to make a successful game is just make it really, really good. Obviously, no one
Sick
sets out
advice.
to make a bad game. But like cracking 90% Metacritic is quite hard. It's
Hmm.
infamously quite hard to do. Um, and the tolerance for stuff below that has been dwindling because, and we've talked about this before, everyone's feeling it in their pockets. Cost of living is spiraling. People are having to make more deliberate decisions, right? The days of being
Yeah.
able to sort of just spend money on a whole bunch of games and oh, if it doesn't work, it's fine. Or like, if that one's a bit mid, that's cool. Um, you're inundated with choice. You've got subscription models left and right as well. Like it's a minefield. So I think, you know, what I'm trying to say there is we've seen a generation that's been quite risk averse in a number of ways, and there have been
Yeah.
some standout titles that have really really succeeded in bringing a vision to market. But like I think that's why we've seen so many remakes and remasters. It's it's the money holders and the platform holders and publishers and investors doubling down on the things they know or they have a better idea will work and being a bit risk averse. Now that we've had that pendulum swing, right? You've got layoffs
That's
everywhere. You've got spiraling costs. Um,
that's a lot of those sales. They fund the bigger projects, right? I mean, video games are not cheap to make anymore. The reason, like how many GTAs did we get on PS2? And now,
mm,
like I know that's a bad example, but what I mean is that the time it takes to make video games now, like it's just so much longer, so much more expensive.
I did enjoy
Sometimes
GTA 6 gets delayed. Oh no, that's going to cost us more money. We need to print some more money, guys. I'll re-release Red Dead.
that's an excellent point. Yeah,
Hey,
that
what
backs up.
haven't we done? Red Dead. I mean, guys, you've also got Max Payne. I'm just saying, it's right.
It's in development.
Come on.
It's in development. Come on, it's in development, and I am so ready.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it's not ready, but I'm ready.
It's not ready, but we are.
Nah, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't think this generation has been a waste of time. To answer your question, there, Agent
No,
Smith.
I would agree.
I've honestly loved it. I don't think it's as groundbreaking, and we've talked about this in regards to like on a previous podcast in regards to like showcases, right? Like it's been a while since we've been truly wowed and surprised and delighted to the extent that we were in bygone years. But that hasn't meant that I thoroughly enjoyed the last 5 years. So yeah.
I'm with you.
But let us know, collectors. Let us know what you think. Do you think this console generation has been a bit of a waste of time? What are you hoping to see from the next one? Can they turn it around? Who knows? But hit us up in the comments with your thoughts. The legend that is Luke Scanlon has come in with a banger of a question, which is, what's the best Well, speaking of remakes and remasters, let's talk about sequels. What's the best direct sequel to a game? So we're talking number 2 in a series only. For me, Red Dead Redemption 2. But there's a bunch of sequels, especially from earlier gen consoles, that definitely run it close. So thank you, Luke, for that question. Yeah. What's your favorite, or what's the best direct sequel?
I think you'll be hard pushed. I mean, obviously he's highlighted Red Dead, which was, remarkable. But you'll be hard pushed in my eyes to find a better like glow up than Time Splitters 2. Like Time Splitters 2 was just generational. And still plays wonderfully today. Like it doesn't feel clunky or anything. It's still just as fun as it was. Like it's an amazing game, and it was ahead of its time. Massively. But there are a couple of other honorable mentions I'd like to chuck in. Just off the top of my head, Resident Evil 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I love Tony Hawk's 2, man. Silent Hill 2. And this one I would love to check out there, which maybe doesn't get as much love as it should. Super Mario Land 2, 6 gold coins on Game Boy. That game like just warms my heart. Like it does. Like the way as a kid I was like, wait, so you mean I can just go around and I can do these levels in any order that I want to? Like this is insane. Like I mean, I haven't got to follow a set. No, I can just go like, oh, like I don't have like this. Yes, this is immense. Yeah, like do those 6 coins in any order you wish to, my friend. Yeah, so there's been some bangers over the years, and I think for me, I know it's an obvious one because I mention it regularly across social and obviously on previous episodes of this pod, but Time Splitters 2 deserves all of the love.
Yeah, give it all the flowers. It's interesting because I think like when you talk about a series, so when people talk about Time Splitters, they're really talking about Time Splitters 2, right? And that's the mark of a sequel that just it doesn't just stand on the shoulders of its predecessor; it just replaces its predecessor. Almost completely.
Absolutely.
I think for that reason, Street Fighter 2. No one talks about the original Street Fighter. Like it's always Street Fighter 2. And it's been remade, and there've been like so many different versions of Street Fighter 2 because it's unparalleled. It's just fantastic. I think a couple of others for me, or just a couple of honorable mentions. Uncharted 2. Which I think is just a massive glow up. The first game, I really didn't. I liked what it was trying to do. I liked the production values. I hated the way it handled. It just felt awful to play to me.
Shots fired.
Sorry, Drake, but yeah, Uncharted 1. I came to it late, so Uncharted 2 was the first game in the series that I played.
Okay.
And then I went back and played Uncharted 1, and I just found it. Maybe if I'd done it the other way around, it would have been better. But I do think it's difficult to go in with Uncharted Jake's Fortune, especially if you're playing the sort of the glow up version of Uncharted 2 after it. Assassin's Creed 2 is just to me that defines glow up. You've got a great 7 out of 10 first game, and then you've just got a 10 out of 10 sequel. It's just brilliant. It's so good. Shout out Titanfall 2, which just took just an incredible FPS premise and created a campaign that's one of my favorite first-person shooter campaigns. Like Titanfall 2's campaign is phenomenal. I mean, its multiplayer is brilliant, obviously, but it was great in 1. But the campaign is just. It saddens me that Respawn are just. I get that Apex is a money-making machine. I get it. And the Jedi series is fantastic. But dear God, could we not also have Titanfall 3? Just give us nice. Please, can we have some nice things, EA? Please. But yeah, anyone who's heard me talk about BioWare in the past will not be surprised that my pick for this is Mass Effect 2. Don't get me wrong, I love Mass Effect 1. It is a better role-playing game. I just think Mass Effect 2's story, the suicide mission elements, the characters, the way it's structured, the game feel is much, much, much better. The action's so good. I love it. I love it so much. probably the best game. It's probably the best of the 3 in the series. It's phenomenal. Mass Effect 2 with it.
Sometimes I hear you talk, and I like, yeah, like you, I see the unfeel, the swoon through the screen. I love it, and it's like, no, I believe you. I absolutely believe you do.
Video games are the tits, man. Video games are so great.
They are right up there. To be fair.
They're so good. No, thank you, Luke. Aaron Hassan has said, this will be right up your street. Why, Jack? When there is such a big call for it, is Capcom not giving us a Dino Crisis trilogy remake / remaster and a new game? Why, Jack?
No. I do think we'll get a remake one day. I'll be dead, but it will happen. That's where I'm.
You'll literally just be the skeleton meme of just like me waiting for Dino Crisis.
I'll be dead, but do you know what? Like, somebody will enjoy it, and I'm sure they will enjoy it. But yeah, I fear it may be. No, look, I mean, jokes aside, I do think we will get a Dino Crisis remake. I do. I think based on just how amazing the Resi remakes have been and the success of them, Dino Crisis is a loved franchise. It's not as big as Resi, but then Resi is Capcom's biggest feather in their cap. So,
but they're bringing back, like, if they can bring back Onimusha, which I'm very excited about, by the way. They can bring back Dino Crisis. Come on, guys, you can do it. I believe.
I'm not defending them. Do it. Like,
tell us why, Jack. You're Capcom right now.
I can only assume they just like to hurt people. Like, it's just this. Yeah, it's messed up.
Maybe they're waiting. Maybe they're waiting for, like, because there was a period in, like, sort of late 90s into the noughties where dinosaurs got really big again. You had, like, Walking with Dinosaurs, and you had all the TV series, and, like, dinosaurs came back into the zeitgeist, and just maybe they're waiting for that moment. Maybe dinosaurs need to become cooler again. I don't know if Gen Z care about dinosaurs.
I mean,
why wouldn't they? Dinosaurs are awesome. Obviously.
The last 58 Jurassic Park movies tell me that people don't care, and rightly so, because they're awful. I say 50.
So what you're saying is dinosaurs deserve better?
No, than Chris Pratt, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, don't we all? We all deserve better than Chris Pratt.
Please God, like, you just poor dinosaurs. I'm sure that
might have to be the title of the podcast this week. We all deserve better than Chris Pratt.
Yeah. I'm sure, given the choice, they'd have taken the Meteor.
It's such a downgrade, isn't it? Like, you go from Sam Neill and Laura Dern and the Jeff, wonderfully bare-chested Jeff, to
life finds a way. But
not good casting, unfortunately.
I mean, I even love Jurassic Park 3. I loved Lost World. Like, give me the first 3 and I'm down. Anything after that, I'm not down. I'm not. Anyway, look. This is Jurassic Park. Like, silly. We move. I don't know Aaron, I don't know the answer to this question. I don't, right? I wish I did. I wish I could give the world, or just myself, maybe an answer, so I could feel better. I do think we'll get it one day. We'll all be dead like the dinosaurs, but it will come.
It will come. I do have the answer to the second part of your question, which was, why are people only now discovering how fantastic Lost Odyssey on the 360 was? And the reason for that is because the creative director of Sandfall dropped it as an inspiration for Clair Obscur.
Okay.
So, for those who don't know, Lost Odyssey was a JRPG that released exclusively for the Xbox 360. It's amazing. It's a game that's made me cry. You will not like it if you don't like JRPGs. It's a very JRPG. It's very old school. It's turn-based. It's got linear pathways. If you like Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy mentioned, you'll absolutely love Lost Odyssey. It's It's mint. It's the spiritual successor to that game that 12 wasn't quite. Although I've got a soft spot for 12. But yeah, basically people are discovering it now because I can't remember his name, and apologies, Sandfall Man. But yeah, it's one of the quoted inspirations behind Clair Obscur Expedition 33. So, and for good reason. It's a fantastic JRPG. I think, is it Mistwalker? I don't know. All I know is that Lost Odyssey is great, and if you love JRPGs and you haven't played it, you should go play it. Yeah, and I think it had like 4 discs. Like, like in terms of celebrating physical media, it had like 4 discs. It was awesome. It was so great. Yeah, really quite melancholic, very, very sad narrative. Very moving. Right up my street. This was awesome.
It's made for you.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a game that's, I think it's preserved really, really, really nicely. Which leads us into a question from Darren over on X, who asks the opposite. He says, some of my favorite games have aged horribly. Have you experienced this before? It hurts.
It does hurt, but I mean,
time comes for us all, especially our favorite games.
It does indeed, and there's nowhere to hide. It's obvious, and I think I've actually mentioned it. I think we spoke about it with the multiplayer pod and multiple times before that on various other episodes. GoldenEye has not aged well. Like, it hasn't. Like, it's But this disclaimer, not a musical one, but a disclaimer, that I still adore it. It's still a wonderful game. This is not I can't play it anymore. No, it's aged horribly, and just honestly, just give me an N64 and put me in the corner, and I'll be happy for hours. So, but yeah, it's one of those, as you say, time comes for us all. It cannot be avoided. And we grow up, right? And then years go by, we don't experience a game, and all we have are those memories of how it changed our lives. And then we switch it on and feel like we've been lied to. Tomb Raider is another one.
It's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, Tomb Raider's on my list. I just, before we move on off GoldenEye,
okay,
it's really interesting to me. So back when EGX was a games expo, and was actually good, I remember going and sitting in the retro corner for a while, and they had a bank of like 8 TVs, 4 on one side, 4 on the other, with GoldenEye running. And obviously you could sit down on a beanbag and just blast through some GoldenEye. I remember sitting down and playing that. And I remember it taking me a good few minutes to rewire my brain back into how an N64 controller worked. Because obviously it's before dual analogs. It's before modern, the modern FPS revolution, I think, that would come with the generation after. And I had to rewire my brain completely. Especially when like you're aiming and you have to depress the shoulder button, and then obviously kind of it wasn't inverted at the time, which confused the hell out of me. But then also the C buttons and not having that second stick, really, 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 really confusing. I will say that the Z trigger is still amazing. But after I'd rewired my brain, I was like, oh yeah, this kicks ass. I remember now. And I kicked ass, and I was surprised how well I did, because I think there were other people that were struggling with rewiring their brain more than I had, and I was just like, oh, the glove fits again. Let's go.
I will kill you all.
Yeah, and it was great. But what I will say is, because obviously Microsoft, they gave it a spit and a polish, revamped the controls for modern gamepads, and then re-released it onto Xbox, and that plays far more smoothly, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting. Like, that didn't take any time to get back into, because obviously they've remapped it for a modern controller. It still looks really pixelated as hell, but like, it plays the way you play shooters now.
Yeah.
It just looks like it was obviously made in 1996, 7, whatever. But it was really interesting to me that, like, that, you could bring it mechanically into the present. and it erodes actually a little bit of what GoldenEye is, but it makes it more playable. It was just a really, really interesting thing. Like, you've taken away some of its intrinsic identity by removing the N64 controls and well, you had to, the gamepad. But in doing so, you've de-aged it ever so slightly, which I quite liked.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was trying to say there. I just wanted to get those anecdotes in.
No, you wanted to just wanted a riff on GoldenEye, man. And
I also wanted to get in that I absolutely bossed it that one time at EGX, and it was great. It felt just as good. It felt just as good 15 years later as it did back in the late 90s. Oh, yeah.
This one time at EGX, yeah, it's like, okay, cool. Love
Can't do that now though, because it's basically a Comic-Con.
Sad times. Sad times. But yeah, Tomb Raider's another one. Which was why that feature where you could just press a button and modernize the graphics with the remasters is and to just like double down and just like on it, and the way that just changes, like, insane. Like, it's so simple, but just amazing.
It's horrific to play, by the way, on a PlayStation 1. It's so tough to play on a PS1 these days.
Yeah. I tried playing it. I went one further and tried to play it on a Blaze Evercade not so long ago, and I managed to get through the first level because I was just dealing with a few wolves and a bear. But I knew for a fact that when things got a little bit tougher down the line, like, this was not going to cut it for me on a smaller screen. It was great fun to be able to play on the move. I was on a train journey at the time, and I was just like, this is class, man. I thought back to myself, it was like, can you imagine telling like 8-year-old me in like years to come, you'll be playing this on a train on a handheld? It was just mind-blowing as a child, right? It was just like, this is the peak. Like, I got pistols that just have no ammo. I can just fire them whenever the hell I want to. I press a button and she does a tumble toss. Like, this is fire, man. I can dive. Like it'll never get any better than this. But yeah, look, it's aged horribly. Same as Tomb Raider 2, and 2 is my favorite of the whole series.
Yeah. Those first three are tough to play these days.
Agreed. But still, like, I want to make myself very clear. Like, I love Tomb Raider and GoldenEye, and just because they've aged horribly, it is no slant on those games. Like Father Time comes for us all. As you say.
I think we talked about this before, and I know there's frustration with the numbers of remasters and remakes, but I do, and the GoldenEye thing is a good example. I do think there's merit in updating some of those seminal experiences for modern sensibilities, because we forget as well, like, as we grow and we get older, like, we forget how to use that old tech to a certain degree, right? And I defy anyone to go back and play Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 1 and tell me that it's better than the remaster. It's just not. It's not, because we've had several decades of not just technological advances, but design advances, and the way we control and interact and interface with games. Advances in literal control. And so I think I like to see those things updated, and I like to see them brought into given modern spit and polishes and a fresh lick of paint. But most pertinently, I think the way we control games and the way we handle where they feel in the hand, like, upgrading that is often the most important thing, right? I think a lot of early 3D stuff suffers and feels like it's dated and aged much worse than the 2D stuff that came before it. Like, you can still play so many of like the SNES games, and obviously, like, they are dated, but they feel the same and they play the same, and you don't have that compromised vision, because actually a side-scrolling beat 'em up plays the same now as it did 30 years ago, and that's great. That's why they're so brilliant, and they will always be brilliant. But yeah, I think I've mentioned a couple of the ones on my list for this as well. Like, I think Uncharted 1 has aged horribly. I think its game feel is just awful. I think Assassin's Creed has aged pretty poorly as well, like the original. It's really repetitive. It's just, here's a city space and hundreds of feathers. Off you go. and it gets boring quite quickly. But I think yeah, a lot of that early 3D stuff is really aged poorly. Another interesting, if slightly depressing question coming in from Vinla here, who has said, "I feel like it's in." I promise we're going to get to some positive questions. Well, we've had some positive answers. We've been able to talk about some stuff that we love. But yeah, Vinla's asked about something that we don't love, really. And it said, "I feel like it's inevitable that one day every single thing that we consume will be created by AI." Jesus. I was wondering how you guys feel about the use of AI in the development of games. And obviously this is a hot button topic right now. Arc Raiders, you can't go online without a bunch of stuff and a bunch of back and forth around generative AI and its use in game development, and the controversies around Arc Raiders and games like that employing AI in that manner. But yeah. Thoughts on AI, Jack?
It's a little bit like that Ralph Wiggum gif chuckles. I'm in danger. I do not like it, nor do I wish to use it. However, it will overtake the world and probably use me, which is a very scary thought. Yeah, I'm not a fan. We it sounds like a moment of, like, I don't know, like a something to brag about, but it's not. Like, we work in a creative industry. I think we both enjoy being creative people. Like, we are creative people. And for me, I think when used correctly, it can assist you as a tool. The amount of people that seem to think it's okay to use it, like, to do things for them, unfortunately, is a sad prospect, I think, and it seeps into, like, all avenues of the world now. I know my girlfriend, she is a teacher here, and she has to be so careful when marking her students' work. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of it does, of course, just reek of AI, but some of it is a little harder to spot. It's invading so many different avenues, and I don't like it. No, I don't. But what can you do about it? It's technology. It's the future. It's annoying. Yeah, it's undeniable. Like, it's unstoppable at this point. Like, it's just, yeah. There's nothing positive to say about this.
I think it's
yeah.
interesting because I think obviously technology affords us and has always afforded us shortcuts. I think we're seeing, and I think there are, I think there probably are good ways to utilize it. But I think specifically when you've got a game that's utilizing AI voices, for example, and this is a subject that's close to my heart. You know, I've dabbled in VO. I think that sucks because I think that's taking jobs away. That's 100%. You are replacing the job an actor would have done with a machine, with a copy. I don't think it even matters that one of the excuses around Arc Raiders has been, oh well, you know, the actors knew what they were signing up for and they signed away those rights. That's the deeply predatory stuff that will lead to, and this story has been in the news over the last few weeks, that will lead to entirely AI actors, right? Not just in voice, but in Hollywood as well. And there's been that story that's sort of shaken all of the unions up across the world in terms of, oh yeah, here's a fully AI actor. It's like, oh, I hate it. I do not like this. I do not want
burn it to the ground.
Burn it to the ground. My worry is the same as yours. The march of this is inexorable because, and this is the other thing. Of course, I understand the concept of a budget, and people will take shortcuts, and they will, if technology affords them a way to do something that is cheaper, a lot of folks will take that path, even if it's ethically grey. Now, you could argue that, if you're still contracting people, and those actors still got paid for the work that they did. Great, but they could have been paid for doing the additional lines and everything else. I don't like it. I will also say as well, like, we've seen AI is not a new thing really in video games. It's been a developmental tool for years. I'm not a developer. I'm not development minded enough really to kind of fully understand, nor have I done the research to really fully understand the difference between procedural generation and generative AI. I do think that procedural generation, as far as I understand it, is you have fed assets that you have made into a thing and created worlds off the back of that. No Man's Sky uses procedural generation. Those are worlds that are created using tools that Hello Games develop themselves. I think the controversial stuff happens when you are stealing essentially copyrighted material from just anything that's been uploaded to the internet ever.
Yeah.
That's problematic. You're literally stealing artists' work. If it hasn't come from you, that's problematic. But even then, I have issues with procedural generation that are the same issues that I have with generative AI, which is that a lot of the time it feels soulless. Starfield, and we may touch on this again in a couple of questions time. Like, one of my favorite things about Bethesda Game Studios titles in the past was, and I've said this before on this podcast, you could look at a thing on the horizon, you could see this interesting destination, you go, I'm going to go there, and I know something handcrafted and amazing will be there. And Starfield was the first time actually I was like, oh, there's a cool thing on the horizon, I'm going to go there, and it's just generated slop. It's just a cookie cutter piecemeal thing. Oh yeah, there's a chest, sure, but there's nothing here. What I love about Ghost of Yotei at the minute is that every side quest feels like it's been purposefully crafted. It's been purposefully built from the ground up. It's been handwritten almost, right? Like, and that's what I love about art and games, is that feeling of, okay, there's vision behind this. There's a creator behind this. There's someone behind this, not a machine. And that's, AI might get to the point where we can't tell the difference. What a scary world that will be. But right now, you can see a shortcut and you can tell the difference between, oh yeah, this is generative slop.
Yep. And I think
I don't like slop.
Down with slop.
Down with slop.
Down with this slopper thing.
Careful now.
I think careful now. The Brutalist, Brady Corbett's film with Adrian Brody, who won an Oscar for it. I'm almost certain that movie came under fire because they used AI to make the accents in the film more pronounced. More, I think is it more Eastern European? Don't quote me on that, but there was something around that which was problematic. And I mean, on the face of things, I think if you watch that, you think, wow, what a phenomenal job those actors did with those accents. And if that then is true, it's like, it's not right. It's not correct. It's not the way to do things from a creative standpoint. And I think morally is still a really, there's a lot of talking points to be kind of chewed over with how it's being used. Because if it is being used, be upfront and open and honest about it. And it's these people that hide behind it, these creatives or in any way, shape or form, people that use AI and are masking with it. It's problematic, especially in the video game industry.
It's interesting because I think, like, we've seen the precursors to it in things like, and we've had fun with them as well. This is the thing, like filters, stuff that changes your voice. There have been fun ways to play with the various elements that have fed into AI over the years, and kind of neural filters and stuff like that. Like, and we sort of had fun with them, and I've used filters. I've enjoyed filters. I've utilizing some of those inbuilt tools on those platforms has been really fun. It's been a part of how I've worked over the past few years as well. you reach a tipping point where it's like, okay, no, actually, this has reached a point now where it's threatening people's livelihoods and it's threatening people's jobs. And you could say that the march of the march of industry and like the advance of technology has always done that before. Then perhaps a pendulum shift where it reaches a point where new jobs are possible, but there's always a reckoning before that happens. I defy anyone to, not we're not anti Xbox, but I am anti Microsoft laying off 10,000 people amid reports that it's so they can funnel a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of resources into AI. Like that doesn't sit right. So yeah,
Let's move on
Yeah.
because this is I mean it's not it's a toxic place to be.
Yes. Thanks very much, Vinla. But yeah.
Cheers, Vinla, for ruining the day and possibly the pod.
Not happy
No,
about AI.
No, I say that out loud because Vinla and I have a very open kind of back and forth on Twitter where we kind of just like slate each other in it, which is, again, it's just one of those great examples of community, right? Where it's like you kind of almost like I've never met him, but we kind of just we go back and forth, and there's this kind of open, playful playful tug of war,
banter. More of that sort of thing.
Banter, yeah.
Banter.
Banter.
Hashtag bants, mate.
Oh man,
Epic
get me
bants.
off this pod. Get me off this pod.
Let's get away from technological nightmares and talk about dreams. Yes. And John McMillan has asked, the Game Awards are just around the corner. What would your dream announcement at the Game Awards for games revealed be, and why? Mine personally would be either Super Monkey Ball 3, great left field shout, or Super Monkey Ball Adventure remastered and ported to all consoles, preferably 3 though.
I mean, shout out Super Monkey Ball for a start.
What
a game like that has no right to be as fun or as frustrating in its ways to be as good as it is. Like epic.
It's cracking.
Like on GameCube, I mean, it's no surprise. Dino Crisis has been mentioned already, so we'll skip past. But no, the Getaway, a remake of the Getaway with a modern console would be a dream announcement. It's never ever going to happen because of licensing, etc. But dreams, we have dreams for a reason. It's for me. Talking about games that haven't aged well, that hasn't aged well.
No,
it really hasn't.
It really hasn't.
But I still adore it. The characters, the story, just epic. And yeah, I would fall over myself to see that get remade for modern consoles. And I think it would just, if done right, would just explode.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I'd love to see it.
Just like GTA London, man. Do you know what I mean? It would just, and that's, it would just, it would fly. It would absolutely fly.
I'd quite like to actually see GTA London. I'd quite like to see the original top-down GTAs get a bit of a re-release. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. They were so fun. What would I love to see? A lot of folks, because I saw the Game Awards put this out basically a few weeks back, and I saw a lot of folks come in and say Elder Scrolls 6. And that would be me. That would be me. But Starfield has made me so worried. I'm like, is it going to be the fantasy, the crafted fantasy experience that I want, that I desperately want from that studio? I just don't know. So I can't say that with all my heart. The usual suspects, any combination, one or all of Half-Life, Portal, Left 4 Dead 3, please.
Oh, Valve. Left 4 Dead 3. Oh my god.
I think I would put out of those three. I'd just love a Portal 3, please. It's almost criminal that we haven't had a game as inventive as Portal since Portal. But But there we go. Portal 3, please. But really, from a remake perspective, Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy 6 would be amazing. But just give me actual proper Knights of the Old Republic 3, please. I'm not interested in MMOs. I'm not going to play the Old Republic. Give me Knights 3. That's what I want.
There it is.
That's what I want. So yeah. Dexter Schwartzler-Plum, shout out Dexter, who always comes in with some great questions, has asked, what are your predictions on who's going to win at the Game Awards in the major categories this year? And we've talked about this a little bit, haven't we? We
have.
Where did I put this? Sure. Yes, we talked about this a little bit because we talked about the Game of the Year award last podcast, I think. So you've got Clair Obscur, you've got Death Stranding 2, Bonanza, Hades 2, Silksong, and KCD 2. I think we said it's probably going to be Clair Obscur, but wouldn't it be wonderful? Wouldn't it be wonderful if Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 just snuck in there?
I mean, even as somebody that doesn't enjoy that kind of games, like that kind of game, yeah, I think it would be awesome. Just based off, I think, just the overwhelming response we had to it. I know I mentioned this on the last pod, but the overwhelming response we had to KCD2 in the comments when we were talking about Game of the Year, it surprised me. It really did. How many people were like vocally, like backing it, like it's saying it's a truly phenomenal game. So yeah, I mean, it would be a cool surprise, I think, because everybody, I think, believes deep down that Clair Obscur will win. So yeah, it would be awesome if something else won. But
we love a surprise.
Love a surprise. But at the same time, like Clair Obscur just feels like such a worthy winner. Yeah. And so instead of like going through all of the categories to say what I think will win what, I'm just going to be a bit of a cop-out and just be like, I think Clair Obscur will just win everything.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I think, so one of the categories, obviously, you've got, similar to the Oscars, where you've got Best Film and then Best Director. You've got Best Game Direction, which has Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. And like they say this is awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation. And I think they're all great games. I don't think Ghost of Yotei necessarily belongs there. I love it. I'm really enjoying it, but I don't think it's not innovative enough, or it's not quite. I don't think it's quite strikingly different enough. For the similar reason that you could kind of, I mean, it's Death Stranding 2 is absolutely it's crazy, and Kojima's Kojima, so that's always going to get a little nod whatever he's doing. But I do think I would like to, similar to Kingdom Come for Best Game. I think Hazelight for Best Game Direction could be in with a shout there, because I don't think there's anyone doing what they do in the co-op space, or like playing with multiplayer in the same way. Like even Clair Obscur, like the strength of vision there is phenomenal. I like, it's my Game of the Year. I'm not going to be mad if it wins all the awards. I'd love to see it, to be honest. Like just give the best thing all the best awards, right?
Yeah.
But I do. I could make a case, and I wouldn't be mad with Split Fiction winning that one at all. I think it should have been nominated, to be honest, for Game of the Year.
For the Game of the Year, it's surprising it didn't make the cut. Yeah, I thought it was going to make the cut at least for to be in with a shout. Given that obviously It Takes Two won Game of the Year previously, and how Split Fiction pretty much just improves on that in a multitude of ways. So it's surprising. And I think there's games. I think, look, it's all subjective, right? There are people that play video games. You've said on this pod already, there's been games that have made you cry and have connected with you on an emotional level. Like some games and stories and characters affect people in different ways. And some people will play a video game and think it's gold. Others will think it's trash. Like that's just the way of the world, right? We're the internet has made this place so much more opinionated than it ever was before, and that's great. Like it's always good to have people being able to offer constructive opinions. But I go back to the point you've made there, and I just think give the best thing the awards. It's not about divvying it out to make it a bit more fair. Like if a game has dominated the year, then let it dominate. Let it now get its plaudits. Yeah. Like it's done the hard work. Let it be celebrated. So what if other people's favorite game doesn't get mentioned? I promise you will wake up tomorrow and go on with life. It's okay. It's okay, right? Like
one thing I will say is, so there are 6 nominees for best performance. Three of them from Clair Obscur Expedition 33, including Charlie Cox for Gustav. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything, but what I will say is, Charlie Cox has gone on record saying, "Oh, I went into a recording studio for like 4 or 5 hours, did my bits, and then kind of just went home." Like, and people have asked him about, because obviously it's a game that has captured the hearts of millions. I'm one of them. Like, it's incredible. And I think I
saw you cry at Gamescom when the musical performance.
I cried. So it was beautiful. Fully expecting a musical performance during the Game Awards as well, to be honest. But like, Charlie Cox is brilliant. Like, to be able to just rock up to a recording booth and just, turn in that performance, wonderful stuff. But he's gone on record as saying, like, he hasn't really played it. He doesn't know much about games. He doesn't know huge amounts about the game. And it's quite fun, I think, actually. Like, but he's said in recent weeks, like, give all the plaudits to Max Cazorla, who is the French motion capture artist who did the mocap for Gustav and voices Esquier in the game, who's probably the best character, if we're being honest. And I think he does Gustav's it's either Gustav or Verso's voice in the French language version of the game. If we're being, I understand this is an American awards show, but come on, like, give it to that guy. Give Max Cazorla a nomination at the very least, because he's underpinned so much of what is amazing about that game and that character. And I think that would have been, and I think Charlie Cox agrees. Charlie, if you listen to this, he's not. But if you are,
he's not.
He's absolutely not. He did. I would have liked to have seen Max Cazorla nominated over Charlie Cox. I think that's not to diminish Charlie Cox's performance. Charlie Cox himself has said this. I think that's a bit lazy on the part of the Game Awards, if I'm being honest. So that's my opinion. But yeah, I'm fully here for Clair Obscur just sweeping it.
Which I think it will. Which I do. But stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. Shout out Stranger Things.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, back this week. Last question.
Oh.
Sonic Rich has come in to say, what is, and this is quite nice. We've talked about what we think will win Game of the Year. What's your most anticipated game for next year? What's your what game are you most looking forward to in 2026? And no, you can't say GTA.
I'm not going to.
I know.
You know I'm not.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
I'm not going to. God, I feel sorry for anybody that listens to these pods week in, week out, because it's just give me. I feel sorry and I'm grateful. Absolutely. Like I know we mentioned so many of the same games week in, week out because we love them. But yeah, I mean, Resident Evil Requiem is just my voice broke then. I was so excited. It says Resident Evil Requiem.
Resident Evil
Resident Evil Requiem, please and thank you. And it's coming in February as well. It's not even like, it's like, oh, it's coming 2026. It's like, no, it's coming at the end of February. It's not long. I'm ready. I'm a little bit scared because it messed with me at Gamescom. Like I genuinely felt unsettled and uncomfortable, and yeah, sat in a dark room with headphones on, playing that is not something I will be doing when I play at home. There will be lights on, because I'm that gamer. I'm not good enough to do it like that.
I might have to play it in third person because I don't think I don't think I'm hardy enough to play it in first.
The toggle between the two, like, first person in that game was horrific, man. Like, it was horrific.
It messed me up.
That demo we play where that thing is after you.
Gran.
Oh my God. Like, just make it stop. Yeah, get away. The first person was tough. It was really tough. But look, Resident Evil Requiem, like all day, every day, twice on a Sunday. I can't wait.
Yeah, man. A couple of shouts to me. Is Wolverine coming in 2026? Because if it is, that's on my list.
You know what? I think it is.
A couple of others. Blood of Dawnwalker, which we saw at Gamescom as well.
Yeah, that look great.
Vampire RPG from a bunch of the devs who worked on The Witcher 3, and it looks Witcher 3-ish.
And it shows.
Oh yeah. And I'm here for that. Lots of mature action RPG, awesomeness, choice and consequence stuff, like innovative day-night gameplay mechanics that affect your power. Oh, it's going to be so great. Looking forward to that. But I genuinely think that the game I'm most excited for at the minute is 007 First Light. Honestly,
nice. Okay.
I love the Hitman games. Hitman World of Assassination, and I say this in nearly every bit of marketing copy that I write for it, is one of the greatest content packages you can get. Honestly, you get Hitman 1, 2, 3, the modes and the contract stuff and all of the additional bits that have been added to it just make it an almost endlessly replayable package. Like you can basically have any NPC on any map be a target, and it's so great. It's so great. The sandbox that IO have created, they're masters. They're absolute masters. Like you can play those levels in 101 different ways, and I'm excited to see that in a game that also hopefully knows when to bring things in tight and make things a bit more focused and linear and cinematic, and then knows when to give you the reins again and hand back player freedom and control and let you work out, these sort of vast level puzzles in a way. I'm really excited for it. Also, I love the Bond theme. It sends shivers down my spine. It's great. Like I want to believe that they can and will and have absolutely smashed this. And we're not gonna have to wait very long. It's out in the spring, right around my birthday, in fact. So that's a big one for me. And then lastly, I think I don't know what Nintendo are really cooking up for next year, but I really hope it's something, because I think
it needs it.
I think the Switch 2 needs it.
Metroid Prime 4 will be fire. It will.
Yeah.
And it still feels like Metroid is a little bit. I don't want to use the word niche when I talk about the franchise where my favorite game of all time sits in Super Metroid, but it's not as big a hitter as some of the other franchises that Nintendo has. And so, I mean, this has been a long time coming. Metroid Prime 4, it's fantastic that it's almost here. It's like a week away now. But a week away. Am I right? I don't know what year it is actually. What am I on about? Black Friday is taking me. There we go. Thank you.
I think it's out next week.
Here we go.
Oh no.
I don't know if I'll be here next week. But I think Nintendo, you're right. I think Nintendo needs something. Just please give me a new Mario game. Like, please give me a new Mario game.
We're due one. Like
it's needed. It is.
Yeah, I think Mario, Smash Brothers. Like, what are those first party studios cooking up? And when can we get a glance, please? That's what I want to see. So
It's
yes,
got to
I
be early
can't
next year, right?
I can't say that there are any Nintendo titles as yet that are sort of troubling my kind of top 3 most anticipated for the year, but I want them to. I really want them to. But yeah, 007 for me, Resi Requiem for you, bunch of awesomeness in between. It's going to be shaping up to be a good year, and then GTA coming right just in time for Black Friday next year, just in time for this time next year. Perfect. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone for sending in those questions. Let us know what you think will be winning all the awards at the Game Awards in a couple of weeks' time. Let us know what you're looking forward to in 2026 as well. And for all of your physical gaming needs, hit them, Jack.
Check out the... Oh, you're going to let me do it. Like this is normally your shtick. This is fire. Check out the game collection.
Yeah.
That's us.
Thanks for listening, folks.